Hey, 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 wheat field. Come on in, come on in, come on in to the wheat field. Come into the wheat field. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you are coming back, hey y'all, hey wheat, what's up? What is up, my wheat? This is your girl Lottie here, your channeled messenger. I channel with the infinite intelligence, the source, the logos, the creator of all, the wisdom, the principle of that thing, the chapter 8, Proverbs from the King James, that lovely lady, the infinite all, the wisdom of the all. We do, yes. And since creation itself, all of creation was called by wisdom, the principal thing, we channel from anything. Was all of creation called by the Father, the Creator, who used wisdom, its principal thing, the infinite intelligence, to create all? Yes, thank you so much. And are we able to speak from, or are you able to use all things to speak to me through it? Yes, thank you. If you're new here, I got to get that coffee and rise another day. We got to get it in. And now that I had that little sip from the rising of my day, we got to pray. Because we didn't do that, y'all. Come on into the wheat field. I'm so glad that you're here. If you stick around, set for a spell, stick around. And if you like the vibe by the end, middle, whatever, when you start feeling it and you resonate and you liking the vibe, hit the subscribe. Just go ahead on it. You know, make the video short a little bit, and that little red button, just hit that. And then if you really feel so inclined, but be careful now, I'm going to tell you, because we could do this all day. I mean, like, as we get the opportunity to do them 5-10 minute nuggets, and we get them 5-10 minute breaks throughout the you know, that first, not the first service, because this is the first service, right? Yes. But that secondary service that pays these physical manifestation stuff, yeah. That, so we get them, you get them 2:15s in a half hour. We break them up through the day. Throw a couple up, So if you don't want to me dinging you all day long, I mean, I say go ahead and hit the bell, because you should just watch every last one of them. That's Lottie. But Spirit said you will see what resonates with you. It'll call out to you. You just jump on in and watch that. You know what I'm saying? So, let's get into it. Welcome back to the wheat field. We over here. The power of discipline, y'all. Discipline, that's a struggle. I'm working on it, y'all. How many more of my wheat out there struggling with discipline? What about anger? Rage? Yeah, see, you know you. You know you. You do. You know that pseudo outward forward facing you. Not saying that you superficial. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that person you that has been built up with this identity, that personality, after all of this time. That's got some of these layers down up in there. Yeah, you do. I know I do. I'm putting myself out. Oh, I'm all the way up in this spot. Spirit already said, you part of this group too. You might as well just, put it on out there for the crew. Put it out there for the field. Put it out there. Because I'm in this. I know it. Yeah, we going to get it. Look. Hi, I'm Lottie. I'm in the wheat field, and I would like for you to join me on this day. Yes. Because that's really where we at with it on this day. I hope it's beautiful for you so far. No matter what time it is where you at, it's still now. And I just pray that it's beautiful. That it is a new opportunity for you to start anew. And for you to go forward in goodness. Releasing the things of the past. Yesterday has fallen away. If you watch my video from yesterday, we did a whole demonstration on how you could take just a regular old spiritual shower. It ain't regular though. The intentions that you put on that shower is magnificent. I mean, you could do some powerful stuff with that. You got to remember to go back to the Creator, though, and seal that thing with an ashe. Yes, seal it. Just saying. All the way around. But look at here. We've been talking about on stress syndromes, trauma syndromes, anger, thinking about love and lust. Lust over love, that's what's being chosen, like What is the spirit? 90 something percent, yeah. Because many of the relationships, spirits say about 95% is lust instead of love. Yeah, because a lot of people, I mean, if you want to, my particular lot of wheat, and you come from our particular agricultural geolocation, the United States, it's agriculture. We immigrated for a long time. Migration was a thing. Folks came all from around, but they would be able to bring things with them. You know what I mean? Like things that come from their home space, cultural heritage, spirituality, the ability to practice naturally. They do that, right? But when you are in the other system, which a lot of our people were transported like that. You know what this is. Come on now, I'm trying to mince words because it's like everything is so politically charged and politically correct. If you say it this way, folks is offended. We not back there. Why are you talking about it? Because the remnants of what happened is still with us. The trauma that happened is still with us. Birthing down. Am I on the right track, Spirit? Is there something attacking? Please clear it and protect my energy. Protect me, surround me in your light and your love. Anything that might come across it or come against anything, any energy that would come against this message that would edify self to you, source, your wheat onto you and us as a whole collective back to you, the Father. Clear it, cut it, bind it, block it, lock it out. This message is sealed. And I do it by the power of the Creator, Ashe. Ooh, we be having to get that out. And I don't even know if we really did get to the prayer yet. Did we? Nope. So we just did that. Okay, let's do it. Look, we still be having those remnants of all of that stuff that happened. It's just like going through any other relationship that, you weren't valued and you weren't treated well and you were misused. Yeah. And it left you feeling broken and picking up the pieces, and then every time you try to pick up the pieces, that energy would still come back and prevent you from getting started, from off into a healthy start. It's like no matter, like it's like you want to keep the same situation going on, right? So at some point, people get, the anger and the animosity and the resentment just builds and builds and builds. You find a way to deal with it because it's your everyday. So yeah, are there remnants still in there? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So not just from the grand whole systemic system, but also the inner workings of our everyday lives and what we've learned to model in that in our everyday relationships. Yeah. And we've taken on some things that are being generationally worked out, but we still deal with those as we work them out. And the work will continue. It won't be done in this generation or the next generation. But we will continue to weed those things out. And so the process of weeding it out, right? The weeding, like your garden, you got to get in there and weed that shit out. So the process of weeding things out is where I'm at in here, the power of discipline. Because it takes a lot of discipline to stay focused and stay rooted and to stay grounded. And you could snap in a blink of an eye. You could snap in a blink of an eye. And what happens when you snap is often it's just irreparable. Because you can't go back and take it back. You just can't. And the work to repair, you're going to have some power and discipline in that. Yeah, you are my weed. So chapter 15 in it says, let's get that in there so you guys can see how to make your negative emotions work for you and not against you, right? So we're going to make our negative emotions work for us and not against us. Again, this is The Power of Discipline by Dr. Daniel Walter. Okay, so if you want to pick this up, I think I got it off of Amazon for like maybe $10. These books are nothing, yo. And I don't do Kindle because if lights is out, I want to be able to read. I want to be able to put my fingers on something. Just saying. We be seeing all them crazy, futuristic movies where it ain't no internet. And here I am saying that, and I got an electric car. Yeah, I mean, but I do want another car though, a little old school, like an old pickup or something that'll take diesel. I'm talking about diesel, not no regular gas. I want an old diesel truck, like one of them old hard body Fords where I could run a gate down and one of them things just in case it's a zombie apocalypse or something. I'm just saying. One of them Ford things, I'm just saying. But at the end of the day, Father said, we got to make these negative emotions work for us and not against us. So Father says, don't think of your negative emotions as an inconvenience that needs to be removed from your life. Oftentimes we just want to get rid of it, get rid of it, get rid of it, get rid of it, snatch it out, Father, take this from me, right? Father said, instead, view them as helpful signposts leading you in the direction of positive change, right? Because at the end of the day, you have the power to do the work. You are endowed with the ability, the infinite intelligence, the wisdom to be able to do it. And the first pathway to wisdom, sympathy, empathy, understanding, leaning on to compassion, gaining more knowledge. So, if you done snapped, giving on Sasha, you know what, girl? I ain't gonna try to control her. She knows she ain't supposed to be on my bed. She know it. Now I can get up and go over there and get that water bottle and discipline her and be like, and then she gonna be afraid of me for the rest of the day. So what do I do with her on my bed? And I don't like her on my bed. Father, do I let her stay and just continue on with the message? Okay, y'all, I'm back. Let's do it. Father said, instead, view your negative emotions as signposts leading you in the direction of positive change. That was a positive change because I had to cut this whole thing. Got to stop, pause, hold on, y'all, and go get that bottle out of spray to get yourself off my bed. Because you know you ain't supposed to be up there. I don't like pets on my bed. I don't. And she's my daughter's cat. I don't have cats. I don't do pets. So let alone for it's not my pet. I love her. I think she's the sweetest little thing. But she's not mine. And I don't have any because I don't like hair. And let alone have it on my sleeping space. She can sit on my chair. Because she got all kind of spaces in here. She can sit. And she sit with me all the time. Because when I channel, she like it. I don't know why. I think she got a bastard energy on her. I do. I've been saying it since we met. And she knows she ain't supposed to be on my bed. Anywho. Use your negative emotions as an incentive to construct a plan of action to get you out of the mess you are in. Ooh. Use your emotions as a guide to an incentive to construct a plan to get you out of the mess. Well, let's see. I told y'all I got an issue. And it's not just an issue with control, but it's like, I guess some of you I'm pretty sure y'all can resonate, okay? When you feel like everything look, my rules, I feel like I do a very good job at being a provider and a provision. And I have come to recognize that the support that I give and all that stuff may not be the support that they need. It's really not. I mean, I gotta do the basics for the children. That child, yeah. They need food in their belly and a roof over their head. We do that because I'm obligated to do that. I'm a steward. But I don't know outside of that how else to support outside of being. Yeah, what do you do? Because I feel like, you know how you giving and giving and giving and you don't know which way to give. Like I did this way, that don't work, they don't appreciate that. You did this, that don't work. But I mean, maybe that's just because they're kids and they don't appreciate shit. That could be it. Or maybe the way kids show appreciation back to their parents. I mean, the way we parents show appreciation to our kids, the shit just don't mesh up because we coming from two POVs. Yeah, I mean. So on this day, I'm working out those negative emotions. See how we can construct a plan that's going to move us to a better space. So what do I need to do to adjust my giving? Again, we got issues in giving and receiving. Like what it is to give to another entity, another energy, another we. You know what I mean? Especially my young we. Because that's my seed. Just like, you know, the Father knows what it is that we need even when we don't know we need it. You know what I mean? To those lessons that allow things to be broken down in such a way that it exposes that which you didn't even know what was there. Yeah, that happens. And then we be sitting up there in that negative emotion and we want to dismiss it and get rid of it. But today, on this day, I won't do that. No, I don't want to dismiss it. I want to dig and just kind of see what are those feelings showing us and how do we construct a plan to get better. Most of us do everything we can to avoid and ignore negative feelings and hope that they'll disappear or resolve themselves. But unfortunately, that's just not the case. We can use that anger and rage to our advantage. And many of us find it difficult to deal with the feelings of anger and rage. And when we dig a little deeper, woo, come on, Father, I was just saying that. I wanted to dig into that thing so we could really do what it said do. Construct a plan so that we can get out of the mess. We talked about all the time giving rise and voice to your anger so that we can use that, we can transmute all of that energy and use it as a force fuel to propel us forward. We can. Spirit says we will find that this is because of how we were raised as children. I know for sure. Come on, Spirit, talk about it. Oh. Because most of us in this here lot, we all got that. Ow! Come on now. Yeah, we did. And that's something that we've been working on generationally. And you can see it across the plane. You can see it. Younger generations do not. And I started from my grandparents. My great-grand. I don't know what my great-great-grands did because I didn't get the pleasure to meet them. I didn't get a chance to meet all of my grands, right? Not the great. I didn't meet the greats, none of the greats. I only met 2 of the grands, no 3. One of them was so sick, but by the time we met him, that it was like he was pretty much on the, transition out. He had the foot on the banana peel. But he was not a nice dude at all. Nothing nice about him. When I say, no, the nicest thing about him is that he kept his kids together. That's it. That's it. That's it, Yahweh. That's it. And it was like that, yeah. So, my mama came from that. So I came in like, she came in with a shit. You was gonna listen. Y'all know how it is. I ain't saying nothing new. You was gonna listen. Oh yeah, you was. Oh yeah. And it wasn't no games. It wasn't no question. It ain't no back and forth. This ain't no discussion. You knew. That ain't no discussion. These days, But see, I said that to myself as a kid. I want to give my child a voice. I want them to know that they can talk to me. But I didn't know how to do that. I ain't never seen it, really. Whew, I had to get that sneeze. Thank you, Father. Whew, bless me. We have been taught that you could say what you want to say, but it wasn't really real. You could say what you want to say, but it's all about how you said it. And if you say it with the way that you truly have to take away everything that you are intending to say and what you really need that you did, then you never really said it. You never really expressed it. You never really had a voice. And I'm understanding that, even in my scenario, I do want my baby to be able to say, but half the time she be on some all the way out the side of here, and it be like, look, if you ain't gonna talk to me on realness, because I'm giving you space to talk to me for real and authentic, and if you are not gonna use your space to be real and authentic, then I can't talk to you, because that just, my patience for that is just like not. Go sit down and think about it. And when you're ready to come and talk to me and be honest and accountable, then we can have conversation. The space is open. But y'all let me know. Do you got room and space for people to just come and sit and speak bullshit and nonsense to you? Because I don't have patience for it. I just don't. Anywho, let's just get back into here. Some of us were taught from a young age that getting angry is not a nice thing to do, and that we should control our feelings of anger because they could lead to us to do something we will end up regretting. That's twofold. You could end up doing something that you regret. I know I have. I've snapped, and I do something that I regret because you can't take it back, and it's hurtful, hella hurtful, and you can't take it back. You know? As a result, we stuff our feelings of anger deep down inside ourselves, even if these feelings are justified. We end up walking around with a chip on our shoulder. The other extreme of this is that some people are taught to use anger as a way to manipulate people into getting them to do what they want. We've seen that. People using anger as a way to manipulate folks to get what they want. People who live like this are always involved in screaming matches. There is nothing healthy about either one of these approaches. Now I tell you what, both of them, I've been on both ends, both. Screaming matches that don't do nothing, you can't hear them, they can't hear you. It's still no respect, and it don't get you nowhere but a freaking headache and a heartache, make me sick, and I'm like, what? Nothing came out of it. And I've been on the other side where I just stuff my feelings down because it's like I'm not being heard, I'm not respected anyway, so what is the point? And I'm still a steward, so I still have to do what I have to do anyway, regardless to being undervalued and disrespected. And get this. And this is something that I got to wrestle with y'all. Tell me how y'all feel about this. Anybody that's out there in me land, YouTube land, whatever. To be in stewardship over a person, a child, and you done birthed this kid out, or you done took this kid on adoption, whatever the case may be. I feel like the one that I done birthed out at this point. That's the one I feel. To look at you and say, I didn't ask to be here in the first place. You're right, you didn't ask. But I feel like that in terms of creation in the source. Does source not say that we are to be grateful for life, for being this? So if I was to turn around and tell source, God, I didn't ask to be here anyway, I don't even know what that's like, so ungrateful to me. Yeah. Unfortunately, this is the cost of your beingness, and I'm not. Yeah, thank you, Spirit. Set me back. Everything comes with it's two sides to everything. Let's jump back on in here. When you think about it, anger makes you feel alive, so that you can use that physical charge that it gives you to channel more energy into your routine. Yeah? More energy into my routine? I guess it do. What do y'all think? Now see, everybody gonna go through complications and conflicts and struggles. And even when it escalates and your rage gets out of hand and you don't perform the way that you need to, right? You failed the test. Like, you just fucking flat out failed that bitch. Like, F for you. Failed. There's a lesson in that. Because in there, what was revealed was something so deep down in there that was unknown and undiscovered. That was probably a part of the driving force all along. And it hadn't been told, it hadn't been communicated, it hadn't been expressed. And if even pieces of that expression had happened, it hadn't happened in that way. It hadn't been fully expressed. So just like I was saying earlier, a spirit was guiding me to say earlier, source was saying, you may have given the opportunity to speak, but if you are not given the opportunity to not just be vulgar, profane, or disrespectful, but to just get it out, to get it out, then it hasn't truly been expressed. You know, the ability to say it has been smushed and diminished in silence, smashed down. I feel spirit is saying, like, it's been diminished, it's been squashed, snuffed out. Yes, snuffed out. That's what I feel spirit was trying to say. Snuffed out, stamped out, beat out, whatever. Not beat out, but stuffed out, stamped out. Yes. And I guess, especially as a steward of a child, how do you give them the voice to allow them to freely express respectfully without it turning into this whole back and forth thing, right? The ability to just sit and be present and hear them and give them the space to say it respectfully, tactfully, spirit is saying, but just stay here and receive it. But not take it on to self, I feel, as if, you know, to cause suffering and to conflict, but to just hear it so that you can move and activate and go forward. Thank you, spirit. Yes. Is there another one here? No. Okay. Is there any cards, anything you would like to pull? No. Is there anything you would like to say to the week? Yes. Source says to use your anger to rise, R-I-S-E, rise your vibration, underline. Source says to use your anger to lift your vibration. So I believe on this day, the word is to the theme, the lesson to take forward is to don't you angry about something. It comes up, a situation will come, is going to cause an emotion, a response. You may become angered. You may do your best, but you still get pulled out and you snap. And whatever it is that snap is, that break is, right, it's building the anger for a reason. Again, the intelligence of uncertainty. The intelligence of uncertainty. Using a situation that creates anger, that emotion, so that you can not only have whatever that is truly deep down in this deep-rooted issue exposed and broken up and come out, but also to show you where you are in your progress, to be a mirror and a projection back onto self. And you take that projection and you can look at it and say, okay, now that I see me clearly. I see from my children's point of view. I see from self-reflection. I see from the example of the Most High. And I can use all of these mending coming together. And don't smush my anger. Don't smush my pain. Don't smush my shame. Don't smush my vulnerability. I won't do that. What I will do is use it, look at it, feel it, and have it transmuted, right? Use it and use it so the plan to go forward will come up. I can say, if this is what I did, the opposite effect, I know for sure at the very least needs to be done. Personally, I have a very hard time accepting disrespect from a child. Any child. Doesn't matter to me. very hard time accepting that. Very. Oh, you were talking about, and we did good this time, y'all. Not good. No, we didn't. We didn't end up good. We didn't. We didn't. We ended up horrible, like horrible, like horrible, horrible. But we started off down the good road. We did. We went good, a good 6, 7 rounds of like just trying to push it back, push it back, push it back, push it back, and pull it back. But it got to a point where I got overwhelmed, and I didn't. I snapped. I did. And to be in that space is not great. It's just not. When you say things and stuff like that, you do things that you just can't take back. You just can't. And so in this day, I'm not going to smush down my vulnerability or my shame. You know, I'm going to use them, and I'm going to look at it. And not use them, but I'm going to look at it and analyze it and say, okay, how do we go forward? What do we do? What do I do? Because I can't control others. I can't. No action or mean to not even just maintain power, but just respect. Because that's what I feel. At the core of things is respect and value. Yeah. The same way your children or any other person that you're in a relationship wants to feel respected and value is mutual. Giving and receiving, both at the same time. And feeding into self, or them feeding into me the same way that I'm feeding into them. But what are we feeding each other, right? Are we feeding what each other needs? At this point, I'm really not for sure what they need from me besides a roof over their head and a food, the ability to put food in their belly. I really don't. Who else out there in parent land feels like that? Don't you have no idea what this teen needs? I don't. I take it to the Father all the time. Do I not? Yes, I do. I take it to the Father, to the throne all the time, because I just don't know. Asking for it to be revealed unto me. What do I do? How do I guide? What do I need to do? Pull back, step back. That's what Father said. Pull back, fall back, way back. Sit back. And just yeah. The power of presence, I feel. They know what to do. They know. Absolutely know. And they know what's available. They do. So, is there power in my presence? Spirit says there is. That I might not have to give nothing but my presence, just be there. And that's it. So we're going to work on that. Because I think it's going to do something beautiful. You want to know why I feel that? Because it already feels peaceful. Whew! I can feel the peace coming over me right now just by saying I don't have to do nothing but be there. And I tried it this morning. I did. And it worked. It was good. It was. Because I told you we're not going to shy away from it. We're going to dig into this thing. We're going to dig in. Because Father didn't put no in my blood. No. Oh, no. Mm-mm. No. I told you when times get hard, we square up. And we go toe to toe. But see, that's a part of my problem. Sometimes I got to learn how to fall back. And the fight has been in me so long. Have you been under pressure where the fight has been in you so long and you've been so built on squaring up and toe to toe that you don't know how to fall back? Yes, it was yesterday. Today we being something new. We being something different today. We're being it. We already in practice, so the being is now. It is. I am that I am, yes. And as I have already begun practice, I am different. I am. I am no longer that. I'm different. I'm still fallible. And I have to remain mindful at all times. Mindful. Which further illustrates the fact that I got to pull back. Fall back, way back, way back. Oh, it is the fall, and I got to fall all the way back. Because, look, just like in winter, the only thing that's present is the tree. That's it. It ain't no leaves on it. It ain't no buds. It ain't no colors. It ain't no nothing. It's just a tree. Them bare ass branches. Just saying, yo. I got to fall back and let the leaves fall away. Because they going to do what they going to do. They going to go away. They going to leave me. And they got to be strong enough to go their own way. I don't know if that shit makes sense or not. I'm just saying. Spirit said you just off rambling. I don't know. I don't know because I feel like a ramble. I do. It feels random, like you just don't know. I do know I need some tissue though, because my nose is going crazy. I done had some sinuses. You know, this fall and weather and all this stuff going on. The emotion, all that. But if you, my week, are going through anything that feels like it is struggling with anger, right? The ability to use that anger as a force, yes, is there. And instead of pushing it down, Lord, take this anger from me, or you don't want to feel it, you don't want to see it, take a look at it. Don't just sit in it, but analyze it and see how you can use it. See what it's pointing out to you. First, just start with what are you pissed off at about, young wheat? My wheat? You don't have to be a young wheat, but I'm talking about my, you know, what I'm saying. Flow with your girl. Rock with me. You know, what are you angry about? What pissed you off? What part about that set you off? Yeah. And when you get to that point, it's like, okay, how do I use that to construct a plan that's going to move us forward? And if it ain't a us, move me forward. Because at the first thing is self-edification. Edification onto self first. Because you are disturbed, your spirit is disturbed. And it will have you, cause you to react and act in a way that could cause you to lose everything. And baby, when I tell you, when this here snaps like that, I will say, fuck it all. Okay? Fuck this shit, fuck that shit, fuck it all. I don't give two fucking fucks. I fuck it. When it comes down to getting like that, fuck this shit. Because don't appreciate the shit. No fuck way. Fuck it. That's where I was at. And it's still there in there. It's still some remnants in that. It is. I told you, we done walked away from whole shits before. Do I want to do that? Hell no. I worked hard. Me and Source we grounded that shit out. We had to grind it out. Are you talking about? Yes. So no, I don't want to walk away from everything that we have cultivated in this garden, in this lot. But I don't want everything to be disrespected either. But you know what? Folks ain't going to always appreciate what you worked for the way that they will when they work for it themselves. And that's a whole word, my we. And I honestly don't want my children to feel like they owe me for nothing, because they don't. They are blessings from the Most High. They are. But it's a give and take. Just like I appreciate the Most High, the source, for giving me the breath of life, all of my provisions, all of creation. I am grateful to be here. The same way that I feel that children should be the same to their parentals, especially when their parentals are doing what they need to do to guide them in that way. And they are following the examples of the Most High to be a good steward. Yes, I believe that they should have that reverence and respect for their parent. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. For giving them the opportunity of being is to give them the opportunity to create and to manifest and to potentiate. So it's a back and forth. And I appreciate my children. They taught me so much about life and gave me strength and fortitude, because had not been for them, I probably wouldn't still be here, because I didn't have nothing else. And for times I didn't see the value in my own self enough to remain here for me. I remained for my beloved, because my beloved needed me, not because I felt like I needed me. And that's the real. So the reverence and appreciation, but to see their point of view is a thing, and it just is. It just is. And to accept their experience as it is, not onto myself, but to receive it and to see it, to have sympathy and empathy, and sit and say, okay, I know and I can understand what that feels like. I do. Because again, it's generational. What we call successorship in the oldest child helping out in the household because one parent has to work, or even in a two-parent household. If your counterpart and your mate is not putting in that effort and that weight is falling to an older child, yeah, they're going to feel a certain kind of way about that. Yeah, because this didn't happen outside of marriage, right? So, some began outside, some happened inside, in and out, just to, how life goes. But to be able to understand her point of view and sympathize and empathize with that, my beloved, yeah, that's the whole thing. To see that even though I did the best that I could do, or you did the best that you could do as a parent, the fact that they still have an experience on the other side that's valid at the same time, to be able to receive them and to see them in their fullness, in their experience, is a whole thing. That's a whole thing. And to be able to do that shows a lot about who we are, right? It does. It shows a lot about who we are. And it's not an easy space to sit there and receive that. It's not. But it's what's needed so that we can see things clearly. Get the speck out of my own eye, right? Before I can reach to take the speck out of my brother's eye. I got to get that out of my eye first. Which means I got to probably go get close up on my own mirror. You know what I mean? And do that. And imagine if you had to get something out your eye, what do you have to do to get it? You probably all up in here looking, that's how it go. So first and foremost, I'm going to look at self. I look at self because, one, I'm looking at somebody else and I'm seeing them. So I need to see me first. Right. So and then I got to get close up on me and look and get that speck out of my eye. Right, and put the work and the energy to clean my eye out on me. Because something in there is driving me. Because this pain, this anger, is constructing a plan so that I could see clearly. And once I see clearly, then I can adjust and address. We can convene, we can converse. We can clear things up, and we can go a new way. We could use all of that to construct a plan to go forward. Yes. Today, removing the speck out of my own eye. Yeah. Get on up in there, when you got to do that. Yeah, get that out there. So, and then you got to put some water, rinse it out. Cause see, now you done. Did you make sure your hands was clean? Did you wash your hands before you went in there to get the speck out? Cause you didn't mess around and gave yourself the pink eye. You got conjunctivitis and all this stuff now because you done dug in there with a dirty hand. Come on. We got to get better at this thing, day by day by day by day. A little bit at a little bit, little bit. We're gonna weed these things out. Weed them out. We ain't nothing in the wheat field. We just in the field. The grand gardener is going to help us weed this stuff out. Because we don't know the tares. We can't see them. They look just like us. So if we was to go in there and just start ripping stuff out, we mess around and pull up our whole wheat, our seeds, and throw all that stuff in the garbage. I told you I was and I'm going to I was going to throw away the whole lot. I was going to throw away the whole lot. But I need need the Father, the grand gardener, to come in and help us break stuff up so we can see what the real tears is. He broke it down to the socks. I'm sitting in front of my beloved. We had that, when we squared up, it was in love. Sitting back, fall back, quiet, so we could hear. Not just hear with these, but hear with this, yes. And then just give my presence. That's what Spirit said. At this point, they just need your presence. You've done the, you get the provision. Your love is there. Your hearing, understanding, presence. Because they got it. They know how. You've taught them. They do. Yo, I don't know where you at in terms of being that emotion of anger, but if it's there, I would challenge you. Don't smush it. Don't dismiss it. Don't ignore it. Don't pray for Father to get rid of it. Pray for Father to reveal onto you how to transmute it, how to use it. Pray for Father to reveal onto you what is revealing. What is it showing you? Pray for Father to reveal onto you what it is triggering, what is in there, the remnants that need to be broken up and broken down so you can get it out, so that you can voice it in a peaceful way that brings about resolution. Yes, because it's about the mending, the coming back together, the community, the family. Yes. Your seed is what's going to carry it forward. Yeah. Is there anything else, Father? Father says it's an ashe to that. So until the next now, on the Tears and We Tarot Show, with your girl Lati, and the Father, the Source, Infinite Intelligence. Yes, thank you so much. We call that by the Father's source, the Father's authority. I say by the Father's authority. Father's authority says, I gotta say it the way he's telling me to say it, y'all. Father's authority says, it is done. Ashe.